Hey guys, my name's Sam and welcome to the Driving Home Reviews podcast. This is a podcast that features mine and my girlfriend Hannah's unfiltered, spoiler-filled thoughts about films we've just seen on the drive home. Just a heads up, there's a lot of strong language, full spoilers, obviously, and a lot of comments about what we see on the road, so we hope you enjoy. Also, I'll be back at the end to wrap it all up. So, this week is a bit of a special one, as we saw Fast and Furious 9, or F9 if you're nasty, with our friends Courtney and Phil. Hannah and Courtney had never seen a Fast and Furious film before, so prior to seeing this one, we all watched The Fast and the Furious, which was the first one, and we couldn't wait to hear what they thought had happened between the first and the ninth film. So, let's listen to it now. Don't drive too fast now, or too furious.
I was gonna say.
Don't hit the knobs.
9 times. Oh my god. What was the main 3 things that we said we wanted in it before?
Corona, mesh vest,
Mesh vest, that was it.
and I
And
think
NOS.
NOS, yeah.
Yeah.
So 2 out of 3
Yeah.
isn't bad.
Yeah, it was.
I quite like Vin Diesel's vest though. That black vest, that's a
thing is,
nifty number.
There
I've never
was
been a vest man.
There was vest, just not mesh vest.
No.
Yeah.
So, can't argue with that.
No.
I can't believe how much Corona there actually was as well.
Well, it was, so
And they
I
kept-
counted 3 until the end bit with
And there was-
the barbecue. I was like, okay, I've lost count.
A whole bucket.
It's
Yeah.
like they forgot.
Yeah,
Oh,
and I was
shit,
like,
we need to have some Corona in
shit,
the
we
toilet.
forgot Corona's the only beer we can drink.
I was gonna say.
But they were covering it up as well, covering up the labels with it.
I was gonna say. Well, there was no reason for them to be drinking it, but there was no reason for them to be doing any of that film.
No.
So it didn't really matter.
My
in the grand scheme.
goodness.
So I just want to get a quick. So, what do you guys think happened between Fast and Furious 1 and Fast and Furious 9?
Who the fuck knows at this point?
Right. So I thought that they killed off Paul Walker's character in the films.
Nope.
No.
So
Yeah.
when they were like, oh yeah,
That's
the,
your first incorrect death.
the kids
Yeah.
are safe, they're with your dad. I was
Yeah.
like, what? In heaven? Like
Yeah.
they're all dead?
they
What?
killed the kids.
I mean, I think they need to tell them that Paul Walker's dead in real life, and
Like, now he's Brian the babysitter.
Yeah.
but like,
He's gonna be.
but it's like an
now.
afterthought. It's like, they just turn up and they just leave these children on their own, and it's like, wait, what?
No, they're with
Yeah.
Brian.
They're with Brian. The kids are with Brian.
They're with Brian.
Just leave them with
But
Brian.
Brian's not dead.
But I like how Michelle Rodriguez said they're with Brian. It's
Yeah.
like, well, I fucking hope so.
Yeah, I hope they're
Otherwise, who
with
the fuck
someone.
have you left him with?
Yeah.
Just left them to fend for themselves.
Yeah.
And then I was like, what, Brian, the young child?
The baby Brian.
Left
Who
to
calls
look
it
after himself.
baby Brian? Like, I get it.
Well,
I
that's
get
why I
it.
thought.
Call him Paul or something. So
I
it's-
Yeah.
called him Brian because
More
it
of a
was
nod.
a tribute to dead
Yeah,
Brian.
yeah,
He wasn't
same.
dead.
Same. That's what I thought as well. And
No.
also, so his child wasn't with Letty. It was with another
Right?
person.
Yeah.
no. He was
Again.
Had another
so.
woman in between, and then she
between
obviously
the
died.
seven-
Well. Yeah. So Letty died.
What?
Yeah, she got killed off
Oh,
in
for
Fast and
fuck's
Furious
sake.
4, I
Okay.
think.
I don't remember. I'll be
So
honest.
she died, so he got with someone else, and then it turned out she wasn't dead.
And then she died.
Yeah. But
And
she,
then she
but-
actually
yeah,
died.
she actually.
But she probably didn't actually
She's
die.
probably gonna
No,
come
no,
back
she
in Fast and
actually-
Furious
Because
12.
who does die in this film?
Well, no one apparently, because Han came back.
I'm so annoyed that they brought Han back. Han was like the perfect end of the storyline, and like
Again,
Do you know
no
the thing
idea
that
who
made
Han
no
was.
sense?
What?
Is
The whole film.
Drift
Yeah,
King,
the whole
Drift
film made
King,
no
Drift
sense.
King. He's what, 20 years old. He's just come from America. He's been sent to like go live with his dad. He becomes the Drift King, and then suddenly he's got like a receding hairline and an interest in fucking rocket cars. Like,
yeah.
what's going
what?
on?
How are you in? And then is it King Bow Wow? No,
Yeah.
Lil Bow Wow. not
Lil
King
Bow-
Bow Wow.
Lil Bow, yeah.
Lil Bow Wow. 40.
Yeah,
Like,
like-
what?
What is going on?
But I was when I was watching Caravan of Garbage, they made a very good point when they were talking about Tokyo Drift,
Yeah.
saying that because Tokyo Drift is a prequel, well, it's an in-between-quel. Tokyo Drift
it's like
takes
film number 6.
yeah, Tokyo Drift takes place after 6, but before 7,
Yeah.
because Jason Statham kills Han at the end of Fast and Furious 6. which means the Fast and Furious 3, is set in 2013. So,
The
We need
timeline's
like a
messed
chart.
up.
so, is his name Lucas Black, Drift King? I can't remember if that's the character's name or the actor's name.
I'll look it up.
But Mr. Receding Hairline himself.
Yeah.
So that means he was, what, 18 to 20 in
But he
2013, which was 8 years ago.
Well,
and now he's an old man. He's 40.
he was in like secondary school, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Lucas Black is the actor.
Oh, okay. What is
So was that the Southern Man?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so obviously these people, no idea who the hell they were.
So when I saw you two looking at each other when those three came on screen, I was like, okay.
Yeah, I was like, I'm obviously missing something.
Yeah.
I tell you what, it was a good job we watched the first one.
I
because
know.
the first one, this was like the most direct sequel to the
So
first
many
one.
callbacks.
How funny that you literally said they never talk about his dad.
I know.
And his
No,
dad's
yeah,
death.
Yeah.
not at all.
And
Yeah.
the opening scene, spoilers.
That is literally what I
His dad's
thought.
dead.
I was like, I'm gonna eat my words right now because here we
Yeah.
go. The whole film's fucking centered around the dead dad now.
And
So I literally turned to Courtney and was like, Dad.
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 As soon as we saw his face, it was like, that's
Dad
gonna be Vin
Toretto.
Diesel's
Daddy
dad.
Toretto.
So Lucas Black played
Yeah.
Sean Boswell,
Sean Boswell, of course. How could we forget?
and then Bow Wow was Twinkie.
Yeah.
But then again,
Right.
like no one's names. They don't mention anyone's names ever.
Which is the same as the first
Is-
film.
is this
They
like
don't
a
mention
cheat?
anyone's names.
I don't know what to fill you in. And of course, how could what was your thoughts on surprise Wonder Woman cameo?
Oh my goodness,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I was like,
I dunno.
what the hell? Like all these fucking
gosh,
cameos in this
what the
film. Was Gal Gadot in the other one?
Yeah, what the
In 3.
fuck is
Was
he
she in
doing?
3?
What are you doing, a fucking maniac?
Well,
Well,
just don't like
Was
it.
it horse there?
Oh, he was
Running away from the
running from the horses. He's scared.
Divorce.
Oh well. Yeah. The horse divorce.
Well, I don't know. I just assumed Gal Gadot was in a
I think
previous
she- I think
film.
she was. She was
Probably,
She was in the
you know,
fifth
Fast.
and sixth.
Fast
Because I
and
can't
Nine.
see it here on the third.
Yeah, she was in the 5th, died in the 6th.
Oh, okay.
It was the person who
Did she
played
actually die?
Neela was Natalie Kelly.
Well, I don't know if she actually died. I don't. As far as I'm concerned, I don't think anyone's dead in this.
Oh yeah.
And I also don't think physics exist.
No.
But then I
No.
also think that
They have their own physics.
I also think that Vin Diesel understands the physics of this world more than anyone.
How were they funded,
Because-
by the way?
Who? The Fast and Furious.
Yeah, the crew.
gang.
Where does their money come from? Because they were making 2,000 off of like quarter mile races, and then
Yeah.
The savings.
they ran through the favela with Dwayne the Rock Johnson, and then
Oh,
suddenly they're
well,
all
yeah.
millionaires.
Well, yeah, but in the 5th one, in the favelas, they steal that vault, don't they? Which has all the money
Oh
in
yeah,
it.
they're dragging it behind
Yeah.
their cars, aren't they?
Well, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure they spent all that money in the previous 3 films. But then, they've got government funding because apparently they work for Mr. Kurt Russell, who I forgot was in it
Oh,
as well.
cool,
I was like, yeah,
Mr.
sure.
Nobody, yeah.
Sure, yeah, cool. And then, oh my god, it was fucking ridiculous.
It was bonkers.
It was so
It was bonkers.
It was like I thought the first one was stupid. This was fucking ridiculous.
Yes.
The number of times I was like, fuck off.
I know. Even just that first action sequence, I was like, oh, like these people have 9 lives. Like that's why it's called Fast 9 because
Yeah.
no one has died in this film.
It doesn't even matter
Ever.
because they come back alive anyway. Do you want to turn your fucking headlights down?
Yeah,
you
why are
dick
their
fuck?
lights so bright?
Twat.
Behind me.
But I mean, it was stupid,
It was stupid.
but I did quite enjoy it.
And oh yeah, it was fun.
Like-
it was stupid. I loved how most of the action just centered around this one selective magnet as well. Like
Don't.
But you know
even
what?
get that
Those
magnet.
those magnets made no sense.
they
because-
make no sense.
What are you on about? What are the
No.
two things that magnets do?
No
They attract and they
consistency.
repel.
But yeah, but
Yeah, but you know-
but sometimes
They were
repelled, sometimes
attracting.
attracted. Yeah.
Yeah, but I
Like when
mean,
it attracted the whole fucking car through the building, but nothing else.
No,
was,
but-
that was
exactly.
ridiculous.
but you know what the funniest thing was? The magnet was on the other side of the truck, so it shouldn't have
Yeah.
attracted it. And it was like, what? Okay,
It
cool.
made that magnet.
No, because it was on the British side, but it was an American car.
Oh, yeah,
That's what it was.
Yeah. I also like how he was like, oh, the second piece of this cube thing. Oh, before I get into that bit, why do they keep letting people make these stupid fucking devices that end up in the fucking world destruction and stuff?
Massive weapons of.
I mean, they didn't even get into that.
Stop the MacGuffin. Who made them? Like, I swear in the 7th one, they explain, they're like, oh, this MacGuffin, this machine that's going to destroy the world that we need a bunch of street races for, because sure.
The machine that'll end all other machines.
Yeah.
And then suddenly somebody else has
That
made
one.
another machine.
Because that one was made by, what's her name? Is it Natalie Emmanuel? You know the one from
Missandei.
Missandei from Game of Thrones? Because they say that she made it, but they don't say why. And then she joins a team, because of course she does. And then in the
I was
last
going
one...
to say, when did she?
Yeah, she was a new addition in the 7th one.
Show up. Oh, okay.
And then I think they tried to explain, Charlize Theron as well. I forgot she was
Why
in
was
it.
she in a box? That was my biggest.
She was
Because she's the master
she-
hacker.
Why is she in a box?
Because she was the baddie in Fast and Furious 8. So she's so dangerous that they need to just keep her in a
The
box.
box just made no sense to me. I was like, she's
Well, the
still
new
in
James
this
Bond is doing the
box.
same storyline, aren't they?
But it was like
a
so-
box.
Yeah, keeping the old baddie in a box.
That's
Almost.
very true.
It was like
love keeping
first
the-
scene, she's in the box. And
How did she change
she's
her outfit
still
as
in
well,
the
by
box.
the
No,
way?
she just
Where
took her
did-
jacket
where
off.
did-
Took her jacket
where does
off.
she
No,
sleep?
she took her jacket.
Where
Exactly.
does she
Yeah,
shit?
she,
I know there was
yeah.
like a grate on the
I was like,
floor.
how
There's a-
long? How
there's a
long did they
shit
sleep
bucket
alone
in the-
this
Hang on,
box
guys. Do you mind just
for?
turning around this big glass box?
Yeah.
There's a shit bucket in the corner.
Gal got a shit.
The corner? Why didn't I think of that?
Yeah.
The box was ridiculous to me, and then suddenly she's out of it.
Yeah,
Like, was
because
it a
he
choice?
cut it. Yeah,
Who
She got in his head, didn't she?
yeah. And then
I can't believe how much.
The whole fucking.
Helen Mirren was in it.
No. Yeah, Helen Mirren.
She needs a
hello.
Dominic Toretto.
Hello,
One was she
mate.
in?
That is a South London accent, isn't it?
Like, was she in
She was
another
in.
one?
She was in 8.
Oh, was she actually?
Of
Eight.
course.
Oh, well, she was in Hobbs and Shaw as well, wasn't she?
She was in Hobbs and Shaw.
I
She
was
was like,
really
oh, hello, family.
Oh, I was really hoping it was a one-off that she
no.
was in it. I was really,
I wish.
really hoping for that. Like,
But
Dominic
The way she was
Toretto.
talking about him, I was
But
like, she knows.
I'm at least 90% sure that her and Dominic Toretto never met once in any of the films before this, because when she's introduced, I think Dominic Toretto and Jason Statham want to kill each other, and then
Sounds about right.
Jason Statham's in a film with The Rock.
Who doesn't?
Well, yeah, very true. But yeah, I forgot about that. And also, I like how she said, "All right, you drive,"
Yeah,
and then she
and
drove.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Losing
drive
the
for
handbrake,
me.
love.
And he's like, "Yep." Like does it 3 times, so she knows exactly what to do. Like, what?
It's very impressive. They're a great team.
Also, I don't believe for 1 second that the fucking streets of London are that quiet at that time of night.
No.
No, that's
So
true.
many
Think of all the
pedestrians
Uber drivers
would be
that'll be,
killed.
yeah, pedestrians drunkly about, all the Uber drivers out and about.
You know what's also annoyed me about that bit is, I've just remembered what I was going to say earlier. Was so they're like, oh, MacGuffin time, and they're like, oh, we need to get the second bit of it, which is in Edinburgh, and then they're like, oh, he's in London. I was like, he's not even in the right fucking country,
Yeah,
let alone
I was like, it's quite far away.
like it's still like a 6 to 8 hour drive up the top. Like, I don't care how
But
fast you
hang
go in
on,
your car.
what were you saying with, was it with Hobbs and Shaw? They had to do everything in 36 hours. Getting from London to Edinburgh
Yeah.
takes what, like 5, 6?
Way more than 5.
Again.
If you're
About
doing
8,
Fast and
yeah.
Furious speeds, you can do it in 5.
Well, we did establish in the first film they were doing 160 kilometers an hour on a quarter-mile race.
Yeah. Oh, it'd be miles an hour, wouldn't it? Kilometres an hour.
I don't know.
Maybe it is kilometres. Looking at the cars.
Yeah.
What's the speedo?
But then,
What's 160? It's only 100.
well, yeah.
He says only 100.
It's actually 100, but then again, I guess time and science, and because I also like how when Dominic Toretto is a fucking. I feel like this film was like a fuck you to Hobbs and Shaw, because like Vin Diesel is nowhere near as big as The Rock. Some would say tiny compared.
Yeah.
And I don't believe for 1 second that Vin Diesel could flip dudes like he was.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
and
turned
full
into
chain.
Oh, and
He
I'm
whacked
sorry.
his
Yeah,
head.
and pulled the fucking roof
That's
down.
Oh my God,
Cement.
that whole
Yeah.
is so fucking
Cement
ridiculous.
roof.
I also love how it was like,
Whacking
I need
balls.
50 guys to go into this place, and he sends 5. They go in with the big dude, and then they get the person that they need, and then they just leave 5 guys in there.
And then all the ones which they killed, they just tidied them all up as well. Like there were no remnants of them afterwards.
Yeah, they just stayed in the base.
They just stayed.
They
in
just
the base,
stayed in the base and were
the
like,
one place that was dangerous to be in.
Then all
Yeah.
the gas and yeah, there
All
was
the gas,
no
yeah.
continuity whatsoever.
Who needs continuity?
Yeah.
Who needs
Who
continuity?
needs sense, you know?
What a great casting it was as well to have John Cena to be fucking Vin Diesel's brother as well. Have you ever realised how much those two actually look alike?
They definitely have different mums.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uncanny.
When Charlize Theron was like, "Yeah, you've got Nordic in you," it's like, "I've got more than that."
Nordic?
Yeah, you
Nordic?
need to do fucking genetic
Yeah,
23andMe.
Oh god, it was just fucking mental, wasn't
He needs
it?
a paternity test.
Also Cardi B.
Oh yeah, Cardi B. It was a long film.
That was
It
a
was
lot.
long,
But
wasn't it?
it also,
Much happened.
I also didn't think that it
Didn't feel
felt.
like-
It didn't
yeah.
feel long.
No.
I
I
felt.
don't know. Towards like the action, towards the end,
Yeah.
I looked at my watch, I think twice. The first time I looked, it was about an hour and a half in, and it was when when Vin Diesel pulls down the roof and everything. I was like,
Yeah,
okay, so if
yeah.
he's dying right now, surely we only have like half an hour left.
that would have
Yeah.
that
We
would have
had
been
an
a great
hour.
way to say goodbye as well. They did it perfectly, and then they had to save him as well.
But well, I mean, let's not forget his ethereal moment where he literally died and travelled back in time and
Yeah.
could see things from a different perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just all a bit of
Speaking to the
handy
ghosts of
exposition.
the past.
He really whacked his head on the way down, didn't
Yeah.
he?
Yeah.
You know what I actually quite liked, but also quite worried for is the in their little flashback where him and baby John Cena had their little drag race,
Yeah.
and they had like the crew from the first
Yeah,
one, and they were all
yeah.
dead young, and I was like,
They literally look like children.
because I was like, oh fuck, they're gonna do a prequel series, aren't they? They're like
Oh my God.
before
Oh,
Fast,
Fast 10! That'd be so good!
but it would be like Fast 10
minus
10
11.
yeah, minus
Yeah.
20 years.
But it's Fast 10, but it's actually 0. What?
Yeah.
Because the
Yeah.
0 will be before the 1.
1.0.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Because I was like,
How they got into the robbery
when they had
game.
fucking Jesse with his
Yeah,
tea
the-
cozy on his head.
Yeah, the hat
Yeah.
man. I was like, yeah, I know who that is just
And
from
Vince
the
with his
hat.
vest, of course.
Yeah.
But no
Yeah.
mesh vest. I was
No
like,
mesh.
we were so close to getting the trio
I
of
know.
Fast and
Had it.
Furious.
I know.
The double vest. I hope they go back
Oh.
and they do the double vest.
I was just like, this is just, of course. But then also, because it was like what 1989, wasn't it? The prequel, the beginning
Yeah,
bit,
Yeah.
the beginning bit, yeah.
and I'm sure he was at least.
And then he would have done time.
I'm sure he was at least 19.
What do you think that was?
So I think
like
he was born in-
manslaughter? I think they were really young. I think John Cena would have been about
Well, no, 'cause
16,
he,
14,
he didn't.
15,
No, do you remember
16.
he didn't kill him?
He didn't kill him.
the man.
He beat him within. I think.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and then
I
he was a
think they
janitor at high
beat the
school and
shit
took
out
the
of
bus
him.
to work.
I
Right,
think
okay.
didn't they say he had like 3? Didn't he get like 3 years or something for
Oh,
like
right.
That's quite a
GBH or
long
something?
time,
But yeah, I just loved it. How? But then the sister just wasn't at the racetrack that day.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't see the young
Conveniently,
sister.
and then in the flashback as well, the sister wasn't there.
Yeah. What was that?
No,
She was
was.
but a twinkle in Toledo's eye.
No, I think the little sister was in the flashback. She was the really, really short one.
Well,
No,
she
that
shouldn't
was-
have been
no,
at
that
that
was
drag
the
race
son.
anyway.
No.
That was Brian Jr. Well, not Brian
BJ.
Jr., but yeah, BJ.
No, in the,
Lil B,
No,
as
what
he's
about
called.
Race
Yeah, in the
flashback
crew
with the
when we
young
saw.
crew.
Yeah, you know, with young
Crew.
Jesse and his tea cozy.
Yeah,
definitely
yeah,
there.
she was there.
she was
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, 'cause there were
I
two
thought-
girls there.
Oh, I
thought
didn't
about
see the
NASCAR
second guy.
track.
Yeah.
Oh,
I just saw
Ah.
I just saw Lil Letty.
Oh,
I was
yeah,
like,
there were
yeah.
definitely two girls there.
Yeah.
For sure.
It was just a fucking wild ride.
It was mad. Oh, and
Oh, and
we haven't
space.
even touched on space. Yeah.
Yeah, space.
Yes.
Space.
I love space more than absolutely anybody probably in this car. But,
But I
what
fucking
the
hated
ever
that. I
loving,
fucking hated
what in
that.
the ever
What
loving.
the hell?
I just don't get how he went from DK in Tokyo to like astrophysicist.
How did he get a pilot's license?
Yeah.
How
Where did
he
they
get
get
a pilot's
the plane
license?
from? Like what?
'Cause
What?
Why
wasn't
were they
he-
allowed
wasn't
on that
he in
base?
the other films as well?
Who?
Drift King, DK.
Well, he's
was
only
he
in-
like 7?
I think he appeared, but it was like. I think it was after Han died, and he just visited him in Tokyo, and that was it. And he was like,
Oh, right.
it was like, oh man, I can't believe Han's dead. Dang. Also, you know what pissed me off? All those Star Wars references.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, but Yoda. I was like, shut the fuck up. Yoda
You
is
wanna
like
be in the right hand
what?
lane, hand.
Yeah. Yoda is like one of, if not the most powerful living Jedi.
Oh, but his
Apart from-
no, because he got the better of him. His vision was clouded, and that led to Yoda's downfall.
Whoa,
Much like.
fireworks.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Ooh.
cute.
Nice,
What
what
am
we
I gonna
celebrating.
for? What's the day today?
Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
Happy 9 Furious Day. I just don't. Yeah. But I was just like, shut up, you idiots. I was like, you've not seen any of the extended. You haven't seen fucking Rebels
Although when he mentioned Chewbacca, I was like, I would not be surprised if there was a Chewbacca cameo
Yeah, if they
right
just
now.
yeah.
I was like, we've had Cardi B, like who knows? who
Cardi
could
B,
be
Helen
next.
Mirren, fucking everyone's in there.
That's
Everyone.
the two of them actually go into space, and they're saved by the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, imagine.
Chewie. Why did it have to be cars?
I just would not put it past him at this point, you know? I mean, anything feels possible in the Fast and Furious universe.
Legit.
They've conquered space. What is there left
What
to
are
do?
they?
I
doing
also
next?
just-
Time
apart from a
travel.
prequel.
And, well, did you not see all that shit where they were saying that they'd love to do a crossover with Jurassic World?
What?
Stop.
With
Oh my
dinosaurs
god, I would be so
That'd be
into that
Shirtless
though.
Jeff Goldblum.
versus Dominic Toretto.
Yeah.
I would so be into that, I tell you now.
Muscle cars find a way.
Well, like you were checking.
Checking. Be too sure there was a cyclist on the road. Too many lanes. Fuck off.
Yeah.
One or two.
Yeah, do be like that. I also think there wasn't enough John Cena. For my liking.
I
Not
feel
enough.
like they used his character pretty well.
Just
Kept
not
it
enough-
mysterious.
Not enough fighting. Like, you know, I wanted to see him punching dudes.
Like hand to hand.
Yeah, he didn't.
Yeah.
He didn't.
This is a
He
film
had that
about
big-
cars.
He had that
Oh,
big-
is it? Is it? Cars in space. Of
Cars in
course.
space.
It's a film about magnets.
Yeah, this is a science
And
show.
family, of course.
And
Family and
family. Oh yeah,
magnets.
it's all about family.
I tried to
Literally.
remember how many times they said family,
Oh,
and I
God.
lost count.
Instead of counting the coronas, should have counted the words.
Found that, yeah.
In theory, we should have all taken a subject.
Yeah.
Tried to keep
You're
count.
responsible for your own subject.
Yeah.
Right, anybody listening who's going in, you can do it for us. Let us
Yeah.
know. Tweet
Yeah.
us.
Have they fixed the sign on the shop yet? Or does it still say blunt toast?
No, I think it does say shoes now.
Boring.
Actually, we'll have a look. It's like the mandala effect. You just don't know.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Also,
Mandela.
Whatever.
Nelson Mandela.
I know.
Yeah,
it's
blunt
shoes.
blunt shoes, boring. You know, well, I don't want to sound geographically inept,
Yeah.
but that country at the end and the one at the beginning, were they real places?
I have no idea.
Yeah,
I'll
I'm
be
not gonna lie
honest.
to you.
Yeah,
I
don't
didn't
know.
really recognise half the countries in the film.
I recognised
Whatever it
Edinburgh.
was.
Yeah,
Yeah, I recognise Edinburgh. And that
Yeah.
was it.
Yeah. I also don't believe Edinburgh was that quiet and they had that much. Again, it's like they don't know about cities in film. I mean, obviously, it makes it more exciting that they can just drive around and do whatever.
Yeah.
But also, it's very unrealistic because
What's her name? Just getting into that lorry, by the way.
Yeah,
Like, driving a car for the
Ramsey.
first time, very difficult.
didn't
very
stall
difficult.
it, didn't
Yeah.
like
Fitting into
I've
a
hit the
lorry.
wipers. Oh, and that was it.
Yeah.
And then she was like, oh, I know how to drive now.
Yeah.
It's like, what? Also, I
very impressive.
You know what I hate is, you know, when they're like, oh, I don't know how to drive, and then whenever they're steering, they're like all over this. It's like,
Yeah, like
Yeah.
such big.
all you need to do is just, like, you don't have to move the steering wheel, really.
Hold it
Yeah.
steady.
All you need to do is drive forward which is probably the most difficult thing. But then as soon as she's, I forgot about this. The stupid Vin Diesel fight in the tailoring shop.
Oh yeah, when their heads
they
were,
really
when their heads
ruined
were
that,
breaking
yeah.
like concrete walls.
It was as soon as John Cena
That's the
punched
next
through that bit of the wall, and I was like, oh, this place is gonna get fucked. And then they're like dinging each other's domes off of
Yeah.
fucking the walls and stuff, and I was like,
So much
I think
damage.
I'd have to agree with like the people in the shop though. Like, if that happens to me, I'll definitely just stand there and watch. I don't think I would run. I'd probably just, out of fear, just be sat there watching,
yeah, because they are
not wanting to move.
like, I know. Well, John Cena he's fucking massive compared to Vin Diesel.
And like,
you know when they were
with
stood
his-
at the
with
end.
his big army suit on as well, like that full
Yeah.
dressed in black.
And that also, I was like, John Cena's meant to be like a Black Ops agent, isn't he?
Yeah, a
And
spy.
he's still getting his ass kicked by his older brother. Like,
Yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't get him in a fucking like nuggie.
Headlock, yeah.
So had his brother been in any of the other films?
No,
No,
never
no,
mentioned
that
it.
the
was-
first time you've heard
Yep,
his
never
brother.
mentioned it.
Yeah, this is the ridiculous bit with it, is that he's brand new.
Yeah, but they were like,
You could tell that
Them.
they were like running out of ideas, and they were like, right, let's give him a brother, an actual one.
They've just got like a big, bingo wheel. Of
he can't. Yeah, it was like,
Maybe this time.
We're all going to go around the room. We're all going to pick one.
Brother space magnets.
yeah. All right. And then it's like, right, of all the characters who we've got, like they just have all the characters on a big wheel as
How
well. And
can
they're
we
like,
bring them
who
back? Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Who's
just
coming
go.
back to life?
Who's not actually dead?
It's like, oh, okay.
Really annoyed me with Han. Oh,
It just
honestly.
made no sense because they were like, how did you come? And then when they were like,
Nice magic trick.
what? And he was like, how did you come back? And he was like, Ludacris was like, shut the fuck up. And I was like, no.
No, yeah, we want
Explain this bit,
Yeah,
like-
come on.
We want to know,
Yeah.
please.
And then also, at the end when he goes and he sees DK and he's like,
They just hug and say hello.
yeah, this is it. Yeah.
I'm just gonna pull in.
Yeah. Yeah, and then he's like, oh, I thought you did. And he's like, oh, it's a long story. I'm like, it's not. It really isn't. It took you 2 minutes.
Yeah, like you can just explain that again.
Yeah.
Roll the cutscene again.
Oh, yeah, the
Pardon
end-
me,
the
apologies.
End bit was Jason Statham.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Han.
Yep.
What was that all about?
So Jason Statham killed Han
Oh.
because Han dies in the middle of Tokyo Drift,
Yeah, number 3.
which is why
Which is
it
number-
doesn't
which is
really
actually
make
number
any
6.
sense because Tokyo Drift, they don't reference Tokyo Drift until Fast and Furious 7.
Oh my goodness.
So-
I don't get it.
Yeah.
We'll watch a couple of YouTube videos on the storyline,
Yeah.
like the timeline.
Watch the Caravan of Garbages
Oh yeah.
because they are fantastic. On all of it, it's brilliant.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was a fun ride. That's
I
for
think
sure.
they could have shaved half an hour off it.
Well, if they didn't
Yeah.
have so many fucking flashbacks, it'd be
Yeah,
fine.
there's so
Yeah,
much
well, yeah.
exposition.
You know what? I felt like
To be
what they
fair,
should have
though.
done was maybe not bring Han back in this one. Maybe just have this for Dom's brother, and then for the next one, bring Han back.
But how are they? They needed Jason Statham for number 11. If they do prequel 10,
Oh yeah,
and then
yeah,
number
yeah.
11, they'll need Statham because they're not going to do a Hobbs and Shaw 2.
Do
are
you
they?
think? Do we think that they'll do a?
the Jumanji films are doing too well? Dwayne the Rock
Yeah.
Johnson is too busy.
Plus, Dwayne and Vin Diesel had that big bust up, didn't they? Which is
Oh,
why,
yeah, they're really
which is why they
upset,
fucking
yeah.
hated each other.
Yeah.
But do we think that there's going to be a crossover, a time travel crossover? So the older
what?
group will have to get help from the younger
Oh,
group.
stop it. No.
Like Avengers.
Yeah, pretty much. So it'll be like, oh, we're family from the future. And they're like, oh, we're family
Oh.
I
from the
would
past.
love
And,
that.
and then Jesse will be
Oh.
like, oh, why aren't I with you? And Paul Walker.
Oh.
Oh no, Paul Walker will be in the police academy, won't he?
Yeah, what are they going to do? Are they
he'll
going to
be
bring? Oh, that'd be
babysitting
convenient
police
actually. They won't
academy
need to
can-
use his brother.
Yeah.
CGI him.
They probably will though. I was also like, what? You don't need to show him turning up at the end.
Oh yeah, was that what that was?
I thought,
Yeah,
yeah,
that
so
was-
yeah, that skyline is like the iconic.
Oh yeah, I
Paul Walker.
didn't know
Yeah.
whether that was
Brian Carr.
what
Yeah.
did they say? John Cena turning up.
No,
he's
no.
he's not going to turn up till the next film when
He
they're
probably
like,
would
Yeah.
never come
oh,
back.
we did. Oh,
Yeah, he'll come
behave.
back. I'll bring him back.
Everyone comes back in this franchise.
But he's
Fucking
not
next
dead.
one, Gal Gadot will come back. She'll be like,
Yeah.
she'll be like, I'm back, baby. And will be
Who-
like,
who you
oh, I
again?
thought you died. And she's like, I thought you died. And they're like, oh, don't be crazy. Don't be crazy.
Oh,
It's not crazy. Oh dear.
And then Letty will be like, I started that shit.
And she's like, oh yeah, because the woman who's Dom's kid's mum is Chris
What's her name?
I don't know.
The character's name?
Yeah,
I don't know.
they
Like
never
number
even
six.
It's Chris
said.
Hemsworth's wife in real life.
Oh, well,
Elsa Pataki, I think her name is. But I think
Elsa
How many
Pataki,
films is she
Alina
in then?
Neves.
Alina.
Fast and Furious 4 and
Alina
5.
Neves.
4 and 5.
This is from 8.
Oh, and 8. But she turns up in 8 because she's like, oh, Dom, you've got a kid. And that's where Charlize Theron comes in, because she's like, oh, Dom, I know you've got a kid, so you need to do all this shit for me. And then he's like, family. Like he always is. Family, you gotta give me family.
How does she die?
I think Charlize Theron just shoots her.
Oh, savage.
I can't really remember. She might blow her up.
Oh yeah, they did say, didn't they? They were like, she's the woman that killed your
Your
kid's
mama.
mother.
Oh yeah.
And he's
They don't even remember her name.
No, yeah.
No, yeah. No names.
What
no
is her
names
name?
ever.
The character's name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just move
Was it
page.
Elena?
Sorry.
Elena?
Yeah,
Elena. Yeah, that's the one.
Something like that.
Of course. How could we forget?
Mate, bonkers.
It was crazy.
Wild. What
Right.
a great time to watch the first one though.
Well, yeah, I'm glad we did.
It made me think.
We'll
I
show
was
you
like,
3 next.
I was like, 3 is a good one.
because
3
it's,
is a really.
because it's completely separate, and they should have kept it
Yeah.
separate from all the.
There was no
narratives
need.
to tie
But
it
it
all
felt
in.
like this was the most direct sequel to like the very first one,
Yeah.
the third one, and probably the last one. But I can't really remember the last one other than Charlize Theron. I think that's the one with the submarine where they blow it up, and it's like, sure.
The last
of
one I
course.
watched was 5 with Dwayne the Rock Johnson. That's the thing. I've
The
got a
5th
lot of
one is the
catching up
best.
to do.
The 5th one is the best one because it's
But
got
it
less.
starts off with like a lot of madness within that, because it's
Yeah.
the safe. They're running through the top of the favela
Yeah,
in like
yeah, yeah.
Brazil,
And the rocks in it.
and the rocks in it as well. There's a lot
Although
of
everyone
crazy.
seems a lot less sweaty in these films now,
It
don't
was
they?
so dry, the whole film.
Yeah.
Yeah, coming from the
Yeah,
first
what the
film, where
hell?
everybody's just so sweet. But
Moist.
that's because it's the LA heat.
Yeah, I
It's
suppose
like
they were.
it's pollution.
They were in Edinburgh,
Yeah.
wouldn't they?
There's no heat.
Edinburgh.
Yeah.
But even being near all the explosions and stuff, there was
Yeah.
no debris, no.
I also like at the
How
end
much blood?
after he blew up the jet that Charlize Theron was droning.
Oh yeah,
In
the
a
little,
simulator.
Yeah, the
And
little
he-
things.
And he just
Hops
landed
up.
and just looked at the explosion like head on, and the explosion was like, oh, okay, I better not get him.
Yeah,
He was like,
yeah,
Yeah, Ben
un-
Wall needs-
all right,
untouched.
tough boy.
Yeah.
I also thought, like, right, as
Sorry.
soon as I saw John Cena, I was like, you're not a bad guy.
Yeah.
I was like, you're gonna be good by the end,
Yeah.
because he's family.
Because he's family.
Because he's
Well, actually,
family.
yeah, they couldn't not, because he's family.
Yeah. Plus, he's too big of a name actor to not be a good guy. Like,
Well,
let's,
they did the
let's
exact
be
same
honest.
thing with The Rock, didn't they? The
Yeah,
Rock-
'cause
The
he
Rock
was a
came
bit of a
after
baddie,
him.
and
Yeah,
then
The
he
Rock
was
came
like-
after him, and then he was a good guy.
He was like, you're alright, Toretto. And he's like, I like family. He's like, oh, here's a Corona. And he's like, maybe he's like drugging the Corona.
Maybe.
And he's just
Lacing
like
it.
sedating everyone,
Yeah.
and he's like, alright.
Everybody can be mates with everyone.
Right, yeah, I suppose I better let you in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
really.
So, that was our drive home with Court and Phil. Now, we've got just a little bit of a plug in the middle to find out what they do and where you can find them on the socials. So, here we go. Courtney is one of the creators and founders of Leicester Zine Library, who recently published their first e-zine, as well as having a great catalogue of zines from a variety of artists across the country. Go check them out on Instagram, where their account is @LeicesterZineLibrary, and the full website, which is obviously www.leicesterzinelibrary.com. And of course, let's not forget Phil. He's a Twitch streamer who hosts weekly Mario Kart, and more recently, Mario Golf tournaments. He also plays a wide variety of games from City Skylines to Outer Wilds and Planet Zoo, and probably everything else in between, and they're just the recent games. So go check him out on Twitch, where his channel is ThatPhilGuy with 1L, and make sure to follow and subscribe. Now this is a bit of a bumper episode, as after we dropped off Court and Phil, me and Hannah had some additional ramblings, so here they are. Hope you enjoy. Oh, also, there is one big sweary boy in the middle of this, and it's the big one, you know, the C-bomb. So, heads up for that one. But, yeah, I don't know, it was just so unnecessary. everything in this film was so unnecessary, and just to the, I don't know if it speaks to the wider context of like just films these days when everything needs to be connected and everyone needs to be someone.
Yeah.
What, like, couldn't John Cena just have turned up and been John Cena? Like when The Rock turned up, he was just a character. He was a big tough policeman.
Yeah.
Just have him be a big tough boy and just leave it at that.
I don't know. I think I like the fact that it was his brother.
Yeah, but it's that like you're just adding it in for the sake of adding it in, you know. Where if it was maybe like the third film in the franchise, fair enough, straight over, sorry. But you know, because that's usually what they do. No, sorry. You are. But like, I don't know, because usually, like, you know, if you have one film where you establish a load of characters, their family, they're related, whatever, and then, you know, when you sort of run out of, I mean, I'm very sure they have run out of ideas at this point. They absolutely have run out of ideas at this point. But I feel like this one was they just chucked everything at the wall, because you have about 4 films worth of stuff all in one thing.
Yeah. Which is why it was so long.
Oh god, it was so fucking long, wasn't it?
Like 2 hours, 2.5 hours, like.
But again, they just sort of, they just jump straight into it. They don't fuck about at the beginning.
No,
they're like,
they don't.
They're like, oh, he's settled down. No, he's not.
No, he's not. Yeah.
I also like how fucking Michelle Rodriguez, Letty, isn't it? Like, they're like, oh, you know, oh, we're having a nice family life. Yeah, nice family life, family time, whatever.
Yeah.
And then as soon as like they turn up and they're like, oh, well, we found this thing that's crashed. Straight. Oh, this thing's crashed and we need you. And just cause. Just cause. And then it was like, and then she just, without a second's hesitation, she was like, alright, I'm off, bye.
Yeah, bye.
What?
Yeah.
And he was like, fuck it, I'm off, fuck you, Dom, fuck you with your bastard child, it's not mine, fuck you, get fucked. Maybe that's it, maybe she's like, well, I love you, Dom, but I fucking hate being reminded of this little shitbag that you fucking you shagged some other woman.
Yeah.
When you thought I was dead, admittedly. But then, you know, when she was in Tokyo with Dom's sister,
Yeah.
she was like, oh yeah, I just fucking hate family life. I like to be in the face of danger. And then as soon as Dom nearly dies, she's like, oh, I fucking love you. Like, don't you fucking dare leave me. I'm like, what? Also, when did she... Oh, I know you've not seen the other films. Not once in those films does she ride a motorbike. This?
Really?
This? Why does she love a motorbike so fucking much? Right at the start, it's like, oh, I've got to get on my bike and drive away.
Yeah. She does, doesn't she?
A fucking minefield at the start. How did she not get blown up once? How did none of the cars get blown up once?
Yeah.
But then the big, like, tank thing that looks like it should be able to drive through a minefield gets blown up.
Gets blown up.
I just fucking hate it.
Don't even get me started on the big bus tank that Otto had that obviously
I swear they have that in Deadpool 2.
crashed.
The exact same thing in Deadpool 2. I don't know if you remember.
No, I don't really remember that, to be fair.
I just remember a long big truck thing
Yeah.
that's driving through a city that I'm pretty sure ends up flipping over. Also, we've done flipping trucks.
Yeah.
Like, we did it in The Dark Knight. Like, stop it now.
Yeah.
And also, it's less impressive when you just do it in CGI. Stop doing CGI stuff. Also, is Dom's car made out of fucking mattresses?
Don't even.
So many people keep fucking landing on cars and they're like, oh, I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a roundabout up here. I think you need to go left, first exit. Oh god. Soft landings on hard bonnets as people are going like 80 miles an
How
hour.
fast? Yeah, flying through the air and then, oh look, he's perfectly caught them. And they haven't bounced back off again.
Yeah, so
Mattresses
first
and sticky tape.
first
this
exit,
car
sorry.
made of, apparently. apparently.
Well, yeah, because he just catches. Oh no, you know what it is? He had the human magnet turned up.
Ah, of course, the
Yeah, so
human
that's how he
magnet.
caught
yeah,
everyone.
That's it. That's it.
It's just like
It's ridiculous. But
the more I think about it, the more like it actually annoys me. Again, them referencing they're like, oh, at this point, if this was a movie, this is where the bad guy would like lose their edge and shit. And it's
Yeah.
like, shut up, you're not being clever. What? What's up? What? Oh, kitty cat.
Kitty cat.
Meow.
It's the ginger wants to get run over.
I don't know how. Ginger. It's not like a black cat. Which I can understand, you know, when people driving at night.
She can't see.
But yeah, when they were like, I just don't understand how he didn't get fucking shot in the head. Like when they that fucking island bit at the beginning with the fucking minefield,
Mm-hmm.
and it just didn't make
So
sense when they were like, oh, it crash landed on this really minute fucking bit of jungle thing,
Yeah.
but the military are all over it, so we've got to be really quick. But then they're not there.
Yeah.
They are there. And then John Cena's there, and it's like,
Oh.
who's he with?
Yeah. And then when he flew off the cliff and got attached to the aeroplane,
yeah.
like, no, stop that.
Why are they
And when they
obsessed
were-
with magnets?
And when they were driving over the bridge, and then the bridge collapsed, and all.
Oh, again, there's.
I
They
said
must-
it looked like a bridge. Oh, goodness me.
What is it with British characters being a pain in the ass?
I know.
Pardon me. Pain in the ass. What if physics? I don't understand why physics don't work in this world.
Yeah.
Like, it's. Yeah, fucking slow down, you dickhead. Like. It's gotta be another dimension or something.
Yeah. where the laws of physics can bend and do whatever to the will of bloody Vin Diesel.
It also really pissed me off. Other than those people who were talking the whole way through. They kept
Everyone.
fucking laughing at everything Tyrese Gibson said.
Yeah.
And I was like, shut up, he's not that funny. And they were like, oh, Josh, he's so funny. But he's not. He's a fucking idiot. Like, they've actually made, like, in Too Fast, Too Furious, he's not dumb. He's like, just a bit street smart. Like,
Yeah.
he's not a genius, but he's not dumb. Whereas in this, he's just, yeah, he's lucky to be alive
Yeah.
at the best of times. Again, I know they obviously draw a reference to it, and they're like, we should be dead. And it's like, yes, you should be fucking. Everyone in this franchise should be fucking
Yeah.
dead, but you're not.
But then,
He's just overtaking it.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god, what a fucking cunt. Ooh, that was a big swear word. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Sorry.
sorry, but he wasn't cunt, honestly.
Like.
So for anyone listening, it's like what, 12:15 at night, down a dark country road, with some fucking dickhead in a Jag just overtook Hannah on a corner as two cars were coming the other way.
Whew.
Maybe he saw Fast and Furious.
I think he did. I think he thinks that he's invincible. Like,
But
you
I
might
don't
be.
think, like, there's nothing about those films. Like, there was no racing.
No. Apart from like the flashbacks to the.
I will say they were very fast and they were quite furious. And, like, Dom seemed. No, he doesn't seem pissed off though. He was.
Oh, I don't know. He seemed quite.
But he didn't take it out on his brother, which was
No,
weird.
he didn't. Because they kept alluding to the fact that he would.
Yeah, and he was like, I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah.
But I'm not.
When he was like, I showed you mercy.
And then, yeah, you know what? I knew right at the fucking start, you know, when he's talking to his dad, and his dad's like, family, it takes a bigger man, like, it takes a big man to fucking win a race, but it takes a bigger man to baby. So stupid. And it just annoys me because I'm just like I admire. Like, I can't tell if I hate it or I don't love it. I definitely don't love it.
No.
But I don't know if I admire just the bullshit ways that they can just
That they're keeping it
keep
going.
bringing people back.
Yeah, like you flog that horse. You flog it.
But it just annoyed me so much that they were like, oh, well, the reason we brought Ham back is because when he was in 2006, Fast and Furious, when he was but a teen, maybe early 20s, and he was just, if you watch Tokyo Drift, he is not. He's just a guy. He's the most laid-back guy. He teaches him how to drift, and that's it. There's no illusion. There's no alluding that he's like a different, like that he has any extra set of skills. He just drives, and that's it.
Yeah.
And then if they're like, well, actually, he's a secret undercover agent the whole time, even though he was like 20.
Yeah. Like, okay then.
But then I guess that makes no sense. Well, because Fast and Furious 6 takes place before Tokyo Drift. So I guess he's already, oh, fucking whatever. No, I mean, people give X-Men the bad rap for their fucking franchise,
Their
timelines
timeline.
and shit. You can get fucked with this. Like, oh my god.
Like, maybe I'm better off not seeing any of the others.
Yeah.
I feel like, you know, number 9 could have been a follow-on from number 1.
It really could. But
If they hadn't
again,
had
if they hadn't had Han come back,
yeah.
it could have just almost been like a straight sequel to the first one.
Yeah, and
Admittedly, 9 films, like, and obviously the previous one.
and the group of 3 that show up at the house, the Sunday and the other 2 guys.
Oh yeah,
Because
yeah.
obviously
They're more or less.
you don't know where they've come from.
Yeah, they're sort of like.
But they could just be old pals.
Yeah.
Because I feel like everything where I was like, oh, like who's this or what's going on here, they literally said it and explained it. Like, you know, when they were talking about Charlize Theron and they were like, oh yeah, she's the woman that killed your son's mother.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh okay, cool, I know who she is now.
Yeah. She did a bit more than that.
Yeah.
Like in the film, she wasn't just the murderer. She did
Like she's obviously a bad guy and now she's back in it, so of
Yeah,
course Vin
she-
Diesel's
she-
gonna have some beef with her.
Yeah.
Like, you know, they kind of gave a base of who
I think that's the
people
thing.
were,
I feel
where
like
they
with
come from.
a film like this, you need to have, because not everyone's going to have seen all
All of
9
them,
other films.
yeah. This is true.
Yeah.
So in that sense, I do applaud.
But then I guess that's why it has to be so long, because you gotta explain why everyone's here.
Yeah.
But then you're explaining why people are back is this one. But then when you're explaining why people are back, it's so fucking stupid. Because they went out of their way to explain, oh, Han does all this shit. But then when he was like, he just wasn't dead. What are you on about? It was more annoying because they established his death in 2 films.
Yeah.
You know, it was like they extra confirmed it, and then I'm like, you've got a lot of characters that you could feasibly bring back. If you wanted, well, you can just bring in some new characters.
Well, yeah, exactly.
I just think it's really interesting because, again, speaking of Garbage, the reason that Vin Diesel didn't turn up in Too Fast, Too Furious is because I think he read the script. I think there's a quote where he says like, oh, well, I'm not going to turn up because I don't want to turn up for this sequel because this feels like it's not a Francis Ford Coppola sequel. It feels like a trashy 80s sequel, whereas like it's got very loose ties to the name only, and you bring back a main character, and I'm like, but you read this script and you agreed to sign it. Fucking like, what? What do you mean?
I suppose, you know.
But then, because it's got a lot of family
I was
in it.
gonna say he's like fully committed to the franchise now.
Well,
I feel like.
Yeah. But then he turned down like $25 million for Too Fast, Too Furious. But then I guess now he's probably getting paid fucking quadruple that, isn't he?
Yeah.
Like, he's like the died filming set. Well, not filming, but you know, in the middle of the 7th film.
Yeah.
And it was like, that was the perfect place to end it. You literally had a perfect ending, just leave it.
Yeah.
And then you're like, money.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck you. Do a young spin-off.
Yeah.
Because I just bloody, I have that sneaky suspicion they're going to do that.
Yeah.
Which would be refreshing because it would take it back to the roots, you know.
Yeah.
But maybe make it a Netflix series.
Yeah.
But then I guess you don't need to.
No.
Because it feels like that flash. It feels like they weren't that far off from stealing DVD players in the flashback we saw of them anyway.
Yeah. No, I don't think so.
No, probably what, 2 years?
Yeah.
And then Paul Walker tells me about want my fucking tuna sandwich with no crust bits.
Yeah.
Fucking child.
No crap.
Fucking idiot.
That's why he's got straight hair.
Fine. Yeah, sure. Just make a load more fucking money.
I did think
Straight over.
I was like, oh, have I, have I really missed out on like something great here by not watching any of the others? But I'm like,
really.
no, I haven't. I really haven't.
The
and
films-
I have no desire to now
watch
go
any of
and
them.
watch all of them. Like,
Like I said, the 5th is, I'd say the 5th is probably the best one. Just in terms of like, because it's not as bonkers as this one.
yeah.
But that is the film where it sort of teeters. Where it's like, it's ridiculous, but it's not overly ridiculous. It's a heist movie, there's a lot of driving. The only reason they're driving so fast and so furious, shit, like, they just piss off like a mob boss.
Oh, whoa.
Not a
Wouldn't be
fucking,
doing that.
not a government agency or fucking whatever.
It's a bit
you
more
know?
like low key.
Yeah.
Well, as low key as
As low key as
Fast
he can
and
be,
Furious
but-
can be, but
Fuck it, whatever. Done talking about it now. Let's turn off the recording.
done.
And there it was, our driving home review. Very interesting. Was it controversial? Possibly. This is pre-recorded, so deal with it. Anyway, thanks for listening. And if you want to get in touch, give us a follow on Insta, Twitter, or give us a like on Facebook, where we're Driving Home Reviews. It'd be great if you could subscribe and leave a nice juicy 5-star review, and maybe I'll buy you a pint. Is this bribery? Probably. But tune in next time for another Driving Home review. Bye bye!